Hi everybody, this is Boog Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Walmart exclusive Deadpool 2 Cable figure. So before we take a look at Cable, let's take a look at the numerous accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with some alternate hands with trigger fingers, and they look pretty good. Of course, I want to leave these on so he can hold his guns. Up next, he comes with a pistol, and this looks pretty good. I don't think this is a reuse, I think this is a brand new piece. But it looks pretty good. It's got some nice sculpting detail to it, but it's just cast in a flat black collar. So you can hold it in either hand because he has trigger fingers on both open hands, or the alternate hands I should say. So there he is with that. He also has a holster for it on the back of his belt. You just have to turn his poncho to the side there and put it in. And it is a little bit of a tight fit, so it won't go anywhere once you have it in there. It won't fall out or anything, and I like that. So there he is with that. Up next, he comes with his heavy machine gun. I want to say, was it actually called it in the movie, or was it just a nickname that people gave it? The BFG. But anyways, it looks really nice. It has some really nice sculpt detail to it, though most of it is just in black. You get some really nice sculpt detail to it. But yeah, no paint variation. You get the flashlight on the side there. And the stock of it is done in brown and has that green tape over the back of it. And that looks really good. It's also got some slight texturing to it. So I'm glad that they did paint that on there. That looks pretty nice. So putting this in his hand is pretty easy. You just slide it in like this. And again, he can hold it in either hand, but I will have him holding it in his right hand. He comes with 2 grenade launcher attachments. Here is the first one, and it looks good. It's got some sculpt detail to it. It's got some sculpting to right here, and it should have some tape on it. It is sculpted on there, but it is not painted on. So yeah, I really wish that would have been painted on. That would have looked good. It's a little plain, so that paint variation would have looked nice to it. So you just slide this on like so. Slides on pretty easily. So there he is holding the grenade attachment, the first one. Is that how he actually holds it? Like that? Or does his hand actually go over this? I want to say that's the trigger and that's how he holds it. I might actually have this in his hand the wrong way. I know that's the way the next one should look. And one thing I forgot to mention is the ends on the gun, the grenade launcher and the gun itself, are open, so you can port some sort of an effect into it. I don't have any effects that fit into it, though. I'm thinking the Black Widow effects that came with the Target exclusive version, it might fit in it. I don't have that figure, though, so I can't try that out. But I did try the repulsor effects from Iron Man figure in it. They're all too big for it. And the Gomez from the Mezco Gomez blast effects, they don't fit in it. And the Avengers Endgame basic Iron Man blast effect, I tried that one too. But yeah, none of them fit in there. So for his final accessory, he comes with another grenade launcher attachment. And this one looks pretty good. The end of this one is not open. You can't put anything on this one. So let's go ahead and take this one off. This one does fit onto the holster on the front of his belt right here. You just slide it down in like that. That looks pretty cool. And then you get this final attachment. Now the end of it, the end wants to come off. You'll see what I mean. See how it's kind of angled down like that? And it was like that when I opened it. It's not from me trying to get him to hold it. So this is the end I like to have on this, mainly because this one goes in his holster. So here he is with the other grenade launcher attachment onto the gun. And that looks really good. The whole gun is just really well done. It could have done with a little bit of a paint wash or something, but it looks really nice how it's a lot of different guns made into this one. It just looks really good. So now let's put this back on here first and take a look at the head sculpt. So taking a look at the head sculpt, Hasbro did an amazing job on this. The likeness to Josh Brolin is amazing. It's just really, really well done. All the details came out really nice. All the cuts and the scars on his face look really good. His left eye is done in a white, but I'm pretty sure it was more of like a yellowish color in the movie, I think. It's been a little while since I've rewatched Deadpool 2, but I think it should be yellow instead of white. But it doesn't look too bad. It does have some red shading around it. The hair is sculpted very nicely and has some gray painted over top of it. And then where his head is shaved there, you get some paint variation. And it looks really nice. As you can see, there's a mark right there on mine. And let's not twist his head all the way around. But there is the back of it. And mine has a really dark mark down the middle. I'm pretty sure that isn't intentional. But yeah, that looks kind of funny. But overall, the head sculpt looks really good. I like how that looks. That transitions very well, because it has just a little bit of texturing, but for the most part, it's painted on. But that transition is really well done. And you get this removable poncho. It's done in a greenish color. And if you look, it does have some paint variation to it right here. It gets glossy in some parts, and then has this flat, lighter color painted over top of it. And it looks really nice. And it is removable, so if you don't want that on him, you can take it off. Which I'll go ahead and show that now. It's loose. It does fit him very loosely, so when you're posing it around, it will move around. But the way it's sculpted is really nice, how it sits over the ammo for his grenade launcher. That looks really good, how it's sculpted over top of that. So let's go ahead and take this off. And as you can see, on his neck here, you get some more of the techno-organic pieces. Or bionic, I think they called them bionic in the movie. But those are really well done. The silver really stands out on his neck. It's sculpted really nicely. And so is his arm. It's done in kind of a dark silver and light silver color. And the silver is painted on his shoulder and the outside of his bicep. The inside isn't done in silver at all. So that's one of the complaints I have. I wish they would have done more touches of silver on his arm, on his mechanical arm, than just right here and here. I think it would have been nice if they would have added some more right here, and on his fingers. Because the fingers are a different color. They're a brighter silver, whereas this is darker. And this is brighter than this. So I wish they could have matched the color up on his left hand just a little bit more. But the tactical vest looks really nice. He has those ammo clips for his gun right there. And then you get the ammo for the grenade launcher. But the tactical vest looks really nice. We haven't seen this used on any other figure before, because there's no peg. None of the straps peg into this. So you can't remove it from the figure, of course, unless you probably boil it. I think that'd probably be the only way that you could take it off. But it's sculpted really well. And then you get his belt. It's done in a green collar. And the ammo clips, I wish they would have been collared. But at least the buckle is collared. It looks really nice. It's done in a bright silver collar. And then he has Hope's teddy bear on his on the left side of his belt. And it doesn't have any paint variation. That's my major complaint with this, which I suppose that's kind of minor. But yeah, I wish it would have had some paint variation to it. It's very bland. Even the strap right there holding it to his belt isn't painted on. It's just the same color as this. It would have been nice if it would have had some burn marks on it. That would have been a nice touch. But yeah, that's just really plain. And then you get Cable's pants right here. Sculpted pretty nicely, no paint variation, but still sculpted pretty nicely. And then you have his boots right here. They look pretty good. Again, no paint variation, just cast in brown. But I really wish the buckles down here would have been done in silver. That would have looked really nice. And so with the rivets, they would have looked nice in a silver collar. So yeah, this is really nice. And I'm pretty sure everything is 100% brand new. So let's go ahead and put this poncho back over him and go over his articulation. So for the head, it's on that new type of ball joint that Hasbro's been doing. Yelena Belova and Winter Soldier from the Crimson Dynamo Wave used this ball joint, and I really did not like it because the articulation was awful on those figures in the head. It just didn't move that well. But Cable has a really nice range of motion. He can look all the way up, and he can look all the way down. He can move his head side to side. You can tilt his head side to side. You can even move it forward like that. So yeah, the articulation is much improved on this new Cable figure. This Hasbro definitely improved on that. I think Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man from the Vintage Wave, also uses this. But yeah, some really nice articulation in the head. You get ball-jointed shoulders that can move all the way out. You have swivel at the bicep that can move side to side. Double-jointed elbow that can bend in all the way. He has a hinge at the wrist that can move up and down and swivel side to side. He has an ab crunch that can move back all the way. The poncho does not hinder that at all. It'll move up when you do that, but it still doesn't hinder it. He can crunch forward all the way. He has swivel at the waist that can move side to side. He has ball-jointed hips that can do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back all the way. He has swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knee, swivel at the boot, swivel at the ankle that can move up all the way, down all the way, and an ankle rocker. So overall, I was pleasantly surprised with the articulation on him. It is really good. When I saw that he used that ball joint that Yelena and Winter Soldier did, I was really worried about it, that it would be hindered. But it wasn't, so I'm thankful for that. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to his huge comic counterpart. This is the comic Cable from the Sasquatch Wave. Here he is next to the comic Deadpool figure. The movie Deadpool figure should be coming out any time now, since Cable's out. Here he is next to the amazingly awful X3 Colossus figure. And I was hoping he would stand, but I can't get him to stand for anything. This is the closest thing we have to a Deadpool movie Colossus figure. So there he is next to him. Here he is next to the X2 Cyclops figure. And man, I really hope Hasbro redoes him. Though it'll be hard to beat that light up eyes gimmick. That was really awesome. I think the batteries finally died in mine last year, but I never replaced them. Those Toy Biz batteries really lasted. So there he is next to him. And finally, just for fun, here he is next to the MCU Thanos figure. Thanos in the MCU is also played by Josh Brolin. So overall, I'd highly recommend this figure. It is very awesome. Everything is newly sculpted on this figure, which I like. He has amazing articulation, which really surprised me. And the likeness to Josh Brolin is great. Like, it is spot on. So I would highly recommend picking this up. So, that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.